A Chicago meeting descending into chaos over the city's sanctuary status. Fed up residents demanding an end to protection for illegal migrants, but more are coming. A 7,000-person caravan is headed for our southern border right now. Joining us now, member of the Senate Finance and Judiciary Committees, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, always a pleasure to see you.
Absolutely.
And nothing is being done by the man in the White House and all the minions around him to stop this surge of illegal migrants into this country.
That's right. And every day, the reports that we get, there are people on the terrorist watch list coming across the border, 169 already this year. You have people from countries of special interest, like Iran, 30 people in the month of October, 35 from Pakistan, 100 from Russia, 2,000 from China. And we don't know what DHS and Border Patrol are doing to track these individuals to see why it is that they are here. And Dagan, the gotaways, think about what is happening there. We have no idea who these individuals are, why they're coming to the country.
And Senator, as we do nothing here in this country, the cartels and the smugglers are basically fine-tuning their techniques. So what they're doing is, you see that caravan approaching with 7,000 people. They use the same kids over and over again to pretend like they're traveling in families, and they recycle the children. What is, if you care about human rights, do you care about these kinds of things?
It's astounding to us that they have eliminated DNA testing at the southern border. That's why I have legislation, and it is in our Republican border provisions, that would put that DNA testing back in place, and it would prohibit some of this child recycling. What we found out when we did DNA testing during the Trump administration, a third of all the children coming to the border, they were being trafficked or they were being recycled. In addition to that, today I've introduced the Prince Act, which will allow the fingerprinting of children under the age of 14 so that we can really keep track and rescue these children that are being recycled. You know, Border Patrol has found children that are being recycled as many as 8 or 9 times. That's how often they're being brought to that southern border.
That's just shocking. Senator, while we have you, I want to get your take on this. Your colleague, Senator Hawley, is urging Treasury Secretary Yellen to ban TikTok over claims that the app is boosting anti-Israel content. I know that you're supportive of a TikTok ban, and that's been slow moving and hasn't gotten much traction, but I wonder if you think this issue, coupled with everything else we've seen, might start to tip the scales.
You know, Brian, people are so upset with what is being broadcast via social media about trying to find a moral equivalency between Hamas and the nation of Israel. And you have a lot of this pro-Hamas content, which, by the way, the U.S. long ago declared Hamas to be a terrorist organization. That is how we recognize them officially. And for this allowance to be on our college campuses of all these protests and the misinformation and disinformation that is coming across on TikTok, it is important that we have that discussion and look at what is going to be done with this. Likewise, you previously had the whistleblower that Senator Blumenthal and I have worked with for the last few months, Arturo Behar, who was at our committee yesterday talking about the dangers and the relationships kids are making online and the misinformation that they are getting because these social media platforms will not ban this illicit activity, supporting terrorism, supporting personal harm.
Yeah, we just had Arturo with us, and that was his point. He said these guys will not confront the issue because earnings matters more than anything. We got to leave it there. Senator Blackburn, thanks for being with us. Good to see you.
Good to see you.